from the man who's been addressing the people in India from RSS, Mohan Bhagwat. He has asserted that India is a Hindu nation. Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh chief Mohan Bhagwat has said that Hindus live in harmony through continuous dialogue. He has called the society to unite for its security by eliminating differences, echoing what Prime Minister Narendra Modi and UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath have also been saying. He was addressing a gathering for Vijayadashami. Let's first listen into what Mohan Bhagwat was saying.
दुर्बल रहना अपराध है. हम अगर दुर्बल है, असंगठित है, तो उसका मतलब हम अत्याचार को निमंत्रण दे रहे हैं. निमित्त कुछ नहीं चाहिए. हम दुर्बल है, ये निमित्त पर्याप्त है. और इसलिए जहां कहीं भी हम है, वहां संगठित रहना, सशक्त रहना, किसी से शत्रुता नहीं करना, हिंसक नहीं बनना.
My colleague Anuj joins me for more on this story. Anuj, interesting comments coming from Mohan Bhagwat on the day of Vijayadashami. Is he calling everyone to unite across caste, class, shedding all the caste-class divide so that it can be a united India? Tell us a little bit more about what you read into his comments.
Yes, the context here is extremely important. You see that Dussehra and Vijayadashami is not just an important date in India's religious calendar, but also a very crucial date when it comes to India's political character. There are the two Shiv Sena rallies which are going to take place here in Mumbai later today, but then when you talk about a more nationwide narrative setting game, of course it is the RSS Sarsanchalak, and this time it is Mohan Bhagwat who kind of gives away this message every year, which has a lot of political undertones. Now what Mohan Bhagwat has said here is basically underlining the fundamental beliefs and values of the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, that is calling for the unity of Hindus across different backgrounds. He took the example of warriors from Ahilyabai Holkar till Birsa Munda. These are two warriors from different communities and different ages, and said that Hindus from across ages have united and stood firmly against oppression of all types. And after that he very swiftly went into talking about the condition of the Hindus when it comes to the neighboring state of Bangladesh in the recent upsurge, where the Hindus who were an easy target earlier were again targeted by the mob, but this time around the Hindus, they united and fought against it. He also called for a unity of Hindus across the world, and especially from India, to not just assist the minorities, that is the Hindus in Bangladesh, but also to secure themselves in different places as well. He took example of that and tried to apply it here in India, and said that in India the Hindus are divided on several lines, not just on the lines of beliefs, but also when it comes to saints, scriptures, stories, food, etc. And he called for the unity of Hindus from Bihar to Purvanchal and from Tamil Nadu to Kerala, and said that the only way we can stay strong in the face of different types of oppression is by staying united. Although he also highlighted that staying united doesn't necessarily come with the fact that you have to be violent, but said that we got to stay united. The Hindus got to stay united for self-respect and for making the lives of their and their loved ones safe. Now this is an important political fact, because we see an important political event that is going to happen in the coming days is Maharashtra elections, and we also understood that a few days ago the RSS kind of suggested the BJP to make sure that the Hindutva, the approach of Hindutva, is kept at the forefront and is pushed harder than the kind of caste politics that is played out, especially at the moment here in the state of Maharashtra, more than in the other states. When you talk about reservation for Marathas, reservation for OBCs, so this is one of those instances when the Sarsanchalak of the RSS is calling for an umbrella unity, an umbrella term for unity across the Hindu religion, cutting across different caste lines and different community lines here in the state of Maharashtra.
Interesting that you bring up that point on the Maharashtra elections coming up, and Mohan Bhagwat is telling the political parties to unite people across faith, across caste, class, not faith, across caste and class, and not to talk about the differences. Well, thank you very much, Anuj, for getting us that report. Now, Mohan Bhagwat has also spoken about the Arjikar incident in Kolkata, and he said that the Arjikar hospital incident is one of the most shameful incidents that has tarnished the entire society. The whole society stood with doctors, protesting and demanding prompt as well as sensitive action. But even after such a heinous crime, the despicable efforts made by some people to protect the criminals show how the nexus of crime, politics and poisonous culture is ruining us. Well, Mohan Bhagwat has spoken about the Arjikar college incident, where a girl, a doctor on duty, was raped and murdered. My colleague Vasudha Venugopal joins me for more on this story. Vasudha, another interesting comment coming from Mohan Bhagwat on the occasion that he was also celebrating Vijayadashami. He spoke about the Arjikar incident, calling it shameful and the fact that it tarnished the society. What more do you read into his statement?
Well, Rika, this is Mohan Bhagwat's annual Vijayadashami address. This is one of the 6 most important events that the RSS publicly celebrates, and the annual Vijayadashami address of the Sangh Chalak is heard, viewed with a lot of curiosity, with a lot of anticipation, because it sets the flow chart for the next year's actions for the Sangh Parivar bodies. Remember, there are 40 bodies that are aligned with the RSS way of working. And to come to Mohan Bhagwat's speech, like you rightly said, it was an important, intervention by him when he said that there is a poisonous culture of politics and, politics and also administration when it comes to empowering criminals and basically, in some ways, ensuring that the criminals the accused don't really get the right kind of punishment. So he said that this was a dangerous trend. He in fact said that he in fact complimented the society for speaking in great numbers, turning out in great numbers and agitating against something like this. He also spoke interestingly against the culture of wokeism. In some ways we see around us. He basically, said that traditional values have to be emphasized. In fact, he also spoke about mobile phones, entering in large numbers, the kind of influence mobile phones have, specifically on younger children. He called for, specific laws that can also in some ways check the kind of advertisements and also content that children especially view on mobile phones. Another important point that he spoke about is, of course, infiltration from Bangladesh. He also said that diversity and differences don't really amount to lack of unity in the country, because India has always had coexistence as one of its traditional values. And mainly he also spoke about how people from different castes have to sit together, solve the differences, and mainly speak about solving discrimination that exists in certain parts of the country. So, and of course, with the international conflict going on, he said India will have to, face many challenges. For that, it needs both Shakti and also it needs knowledge, it needs Shakti, and also needs tactical skills to get over those challenges, which are only going to grow, in numbers. So clearly, he covered from domestic politics to social situations to global situations. That's what he almost spoke for an hour. Mm-hmm. And these are the important points that he